Hello, everyone. Welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns for Qualifier 2 for the Ocarina of Time Standard Tournament, Season 7. Here on commentary today, we've got Emo Soda and Wolfman 2000, and tracking, we've got Lava Plume and CD Off. I'm going to hand it over to our commentators and hope everyone enjoys the race.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Season 7 of Ocarina of Time Randomizer. Wow. Can you believe that we're 7 seasons in? It's crazy. What's up, Wolfman?
This randomizer has stood the relative test of time, and we also had a website update to coincide with everything. New versions, new changes, but still the same old rando where we go cuckoo about cuckoos.
Yeah, the website's looking fly. Definitely check it out if you haven't already.
So one of the changes with this season is we get to actually have some settings change on us. It's almost like a mini draft of sorts, as we are apparently starting kind of early, but we'll make do.
All right, so we have a Zelda Lullaby start seed, as well as Fire Med, so we only need 5 dungeons, but it's Nocturne on OT. Yikes, so there you have it.
I thought I saw that.
All dungeons. We're just gonna have no consumables, all dungeons, every single seed this season. Oh, we're way ahead.
I couldn't help that. I just called it as I saw it on the feeds. Sorry.
Yeah, it happens. Looks like we also have a Central Pillars, a small key. Lost Woods is Foolish. We'll save a lot of time. And an adult start here, so we're going to see a lot of people going CAC first. And, Foolish getting that Poe guy money. Not everyone knows about that. Fabio doing the same.
And considering that we didn't start with a full wallet, may help to have a little bit of buffer.
Yeah, honestly, if I were them, I would just get 80 right there, just so you can get your shield here in CAC and not have to worry about it anymore. I would expect like 95% of the players in the seed are going to go CAC first, though.
Well, we do have some relatively quick checks we can do, like we can visit the man on the roof. Okay. Visiting the man on the roof did not really pay out, so how about this grotto? We can gain a hint. Or we can open the chest first. That's where our money is.
It's kind of interesting, Floosh buying 2 sticks and then leaving.
Hammerrock's dead.
That's a good hint. I'm not gonna worry about too much getting to that area just to peek that one check. So it's one thing out of the equation here. And looking at our first song here,
we have Bolero.
Yeah, not bad, especially with Adult Start. Just guarantees one more song before I have to go back Child.
And how about Anju? Oh, and Skullhouse hints too. Oh, that's a nice strength. 50 had nothing, and I missed what 40 was, but don't worry, our other runners... Oh yeah, we should mention who our runners are. I don't think we had an opportunity to do that yet.
Oh no, we haven't. So we got Fabio, Master Alex, Floosh, and the Aeronaut. All pretty good runners, I would say. They're in either the top brackets of League this past season. Floosh has a lot of experience and success in Random Settings League, same as Fabio. And Alex is no slouch either. Got pretty far last season, main tournament.
Shieldgrave with early magic. It's not even 5 minutes, and we have magic. Am I reading the script wrong?
No, that's correct. I mean, it's going to be all dungeons anyway, just because we know Nocturne is on OT here. So it doesn't really matter too much, the order of items that you get. It's really just going to dictate which dungeons you do first. Or last. Yeah, as pinned in chat there, Zora Fountain open, so there's not going to be any letter, which is a little bit nice, especially if you have to do all the dungeons. And again, no starting consumables. I'm just waiting for every race to be no starting consumables now.
I mean, we have a lot more settings that could be changed than that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely check it out in Discord. I believe !settings also will tell you a little bit about this season, a little bit more if you have any questions. Definitely make sure to ask those in chat. We've got lots of people helping out, and our community is one of the best. So
we have Prelude at Graveyard. And Dampe being cheap.
Yeah,
that was Minuet, sorry.
Yeah, that's just a plus one more song. Chaining a song into a song. It's what you really want to see here.
And someone accidentally hit the wrong button there.
Wow, 5-minute AD.
Don't worry, we are all messing up on the first of the season.
Yeah, we just had the first qualifier actually yesterday with the NA weekly, which was also all dungeons. So starting off strong here for the season. Although first place was a 2:37 yesterday, so even if it is all dungeons, could be pretty fast. Again, kind of depends on where your item locations are, which dungeons you can do first. A lot of it's going to be locked behind DC and Deku Tree, or Donongo's Cavern and Deku Tree. Just really good locations, especially with Bomb as well, too. We'll have to see if we get Song of Storms early here. Might push the runners in a direction.
Alright, Favio choosing to take, some type of bath. But is now cleaned up and ready to leave.
First look at Crater here with Floosh. Doesn't look like anything was on the Crater Ledge there. Hard to see. Ooh, another song with Requiem. So just chaining songs into songs into songs. To see the Minuet here. Oh, I'm gonna go Requiem first.
Kakariko Village has Saria's song.
Ugh.
And the toilet room is a small key, so we don't have to worry about that check this time. And Epona's at Colossus.
Not a bad one. Definitely opens up GTG now. If you get an early bow, could put you towards that direction with textures and size on this season. It's a really strong plate just to look in Griddo Training Grounds.
Also,
so I wouldn't put that past anybody.
Also, I missed what song was. Oh, hi there, Mido. What the heck?
Oh, all right. So, nice little bomb bag in Mido's, along with a scale. Wow, that's really big. I would already be safe quitting. And a boomerang. So, Jabu's just...
a bottle away, I think.
No. This is an open fountain, so...
Don't we still need a bottle for the fish?
Oh, I guess. Just grab it out of the river with your hands. I mean,
All right, free Hylian shield at the top of on top of Dodongo's cavern. Okay, I feel like with everything that happened so fast, I feel like I missed a song check. What was that Sacred Forest Meadow again?
Epona's. Or no, Epona's is at Requiem. Saria's was
Sari's is at Nocturne check. And, okay, that's the first path hint I've seen.
Might be a Song of Time then.
To Baronade. Well, we did get a boomerang, so that checks out.
Kind of a bad hint. You're just always going to check Midos, so seems like kind of a waste. Yeah, Fabio jumping in here with the early bomb bag. Floosh in castle right now as child. Gonna check out the castle fairy, looks like. Temple of Time also being foolish here. Kind of a whatever check. Hint as well. See what Aeronaut's going to try to do here. Looks like he's going to try and get a peek of the Goron City Maze. A little aggressive.
Yeah, Floosh going for Shooting Gallery. Theranaut also going for the peak.
I mean, for Alex, it makes sense. He's got bomb bags, so...
Well, he's going in.
Yeah, must have seen something here. There's a big chest. And nice bomb refill. And Forest is dead. Okay, nice hit.
Well, the good news is we just have to get our small keys and big key, and then we can get out. Oh, wait, the bad news. It's a linear dungeon, and we are still running under an accessible rule set, so, no, fish shenanigans to skip.
Yeah, pretty much the only glitches allowed here. Gonna be ground jumps and flame storage, mostly.
Standard rule set, sorry. I thought I got rid of the old term in my head already. Floosh, hoping that being a kid will be helpful. Oh! Okay, Flames in a Royal Tomb has nothing, but, Fabio sees something in DC right here. I mean, considering we have to enter, Water Temple in the future, Zora Tunic will help.
Yeah, it's a cool t-shirt.
But Dodongo's Cavern, so far, I mean, other than Zora Tunic, I don't think I've seen much here.
And Bomb Bag's really going to bail out Aeronaut here. It has not gone to Midos yet. This is going to be his first Bomb Bag, which is also accessible, just strength.
And looks like Sun Song was located on Melon. At least provided I saw that correctly. Fabio now has access to the desert. Floosh no longer needs extra money, and I missed what that hint was on Master Alex's side.
Yeah, also missed it. Looks like it's going to be Suns at Epona's and Song of Storms at Saria's. So I would imagine Floosh just goes through Goron City to Bomb the Well now, but we'll see what he does here, with Lost Woods being foolish.
We have Zelda's Lullaby, we have an Ocarina. May as well double check the, Great Fairy Fountains. We just got Storms, actually. It is available on Saria. Also, having bomb chews, great find. Also, hi Greg. And for those that like to keep up with the mimetic items, Greg was found on the compass chest in Dodongo's Cavern. Okay, how did that key not knock the aeronaut off?
It depends on when it hits you. If it's like right before the cutscene, it's fine. If it's right after, it depends also on your control stick movement. Fleesh finding that other bomb bag. The scale and the boomerang. See what's in the sword chest. Have not seen that yet.
Alex, very low on health there. Oh!
I've died to that Tektite so many times myself, so I get it.
Boing, boing! The current time is dead.
I mean, that one in particular is pretty tough to get. If you want to hit it with the nut, you have to face the wall, which is like not... It's not intuitive, I will say that much.
Ah, nuts. And, Uberman, thank you for your support to the Zelda Speedruns family of networks. Master Alex seeking additional protection, not a bad idea. The aeronaut going to Fire Temple early. I'll be honest, I'm not sure I understand this play. Why would you do this?
It's a nice way to know if it's actually hammerlocked or not. If it is hammerlocked, you know it can't be in here, so... It's just another tick mark to check off here. And yeah, so there's a boss key right here, so... Very likely, it's going to be hover-locked Volvaggio. But more importantly, it's also just hammer-locked fire, so... Anything that needs hammer and logic, you can kind of formulate your route this way. You can just totally write off fire until you find hammer, so...
And oh, I missed a second hint. Thank you. Bottom of the well to Phantom Ganon.
I'm kind of surprised where Felicia is going here. Looks like he chose to use the Warp and Lost Woods, I guess. I wasn't really looking at Felicia there. He's in Southfield right now, which is a little bit interesting.
Unfortunately, I don't think the Hyrule Field Grottos have helped much. And since we've already found our barren hints, it's, do you just go for them or not? I think Flucia's deciding to just clear him out, seeing if he gets lucky.
I think it's fine. I think he's making an information play right now. Looks like he's heading towards Valley as well. So probably just trying to get out his Sphere Zeros out of the way. If you know it's an all dungeon seed, there's kind of no reason to just skip a bunch of checks.
Also, the aeronaut showing off the rarely seen house aerial view. Alright, welcome to Gerudo Valley.
I think with the way Fluch is heading here, probably just wants to take that routing idea a step further and just, well, if I'm not going to skip anything, I might as well do max check percent, right? So if you just lead Valley into Lake, into Domain, into River, then you can go to CAC and bottom of the well. If you're really careful with your time of day as well, you can even set up Dampe and not have to worry about that Sphere Zero check as well. You also get a few more hints this way as well, so I think it's just a combination of it being all dungeons as well as just getting your Sphere Zeros out of the way, not wanting to skip anything. So it's a pretty solid play, I would say. I mean, especially this early in the seed. Personally, I would just go to bottom of the well if I already know its path. We already have everything to clear it.
And just to clarify an earlier question from chat, with Temple Time Foolish, its song could be Prelude of Light, technically. But Serenade is the other option. Also, Richard the dog, cute pupper, but only offers cuteness today.
First look at bowling here on Aeronaut's side.
Are these ice arrows or blue fire arrows?
They're just ice arrows. Blue fire arrows aren't a thing for O7.
Alright, Alex. Oh, look at this. Back of Dodongo's cavern has dins.
We already got a Composer Grave and letting us know it's dead, so it's kind of a really low impact dins early on with Magic.
And chat, I agree. I would like blue fire arrows myself, but I'm not the one that makes the rules. Oh, and do we know where Nocturne is? Yes. On the Ocarina of Time.
Some interesting hint here for Favio. Fortress Path Deku. Again, I would just beeline towards bottom of the well here, but still hasn't checked Mitos. Gonna get a bomb bag here.
So, for those that are new to this rando, we can at least explain a few things here. So, in order to access the final dungeon in the game, Ganon's Castle, we require all 6 medallions. In order to access the Shadow Temple, you require the Nocturne of Shadow. Nocturne of Shadow on this seed is located on the Ocarina of Time. In order to access the Ocarina of Time, you have to collect the 3 spiritual stones. The 3 spiritual stones are in the other dungeons. As such, all dungeons are required to beat this seed.
Yeah, you can't have Shadow be a stone is basically the thing there. So if you see it on an Ocarina of Time hint, just automatically already know it's all dungeons. Same thing with Zelda's Lullaby. Although there are some seeds which might not require it, but it depends on a specific dungeon layout.
But yeah, don't worry. New season, new people coming in. Helps to be as informative as possible. Alright, I don't think I've seen the Wolfos Grotto yet. The Aeronaut getting a broken stick equipped. This is one of the allowed tricks in the standard rule set, so don't panic.
And as expected, Flush is going through Domain here. Just trying to get everything on the way to bomb the well out of the way.
And there's a Deku Nut expansion on one of the Great Fairies. And oh, look at this. Zora Waterfall actually has something. And Colossus Fairy, thank you. Floosh, I hope that's the 1 rupee you need. Okay, good. And a slingshot. Logically, this is required for the target game in the Lost Woods, which is foolish, or for getting through the Deku Tree, which most runners these days like to skip the majority of the basement through, wall jumping, precise shenanigans, and some people even use bombs to help with that, and basically what we're saying is, the slingshot is most likely 100%, 95% useless this seed. The thing about Child Spirit is I believe the one target can be hit with a boomerang. Also, I had just missed that hint on Flush's side. Did that say, something path to Bongo Bongo?
Yeah, it was SFM, Sacred Forest Meadow Path Bongo Bongo.
So, SFM, that means it's either Song of Time or Song of Storms. And yeah, I agree. Storms is the most likely candidate.
Yeah, go with the bottom of the well, guys. why are we delaying it? It's driving me nuts. Could have gone through Lost Woods, through DMT, gotten the grotto there, and go straight in there. But being a little bit more thorough here. Again, I get it, especially if you know it's all dungeons.
Nice side
It's a
hopping
safe thing to do.
with the Deku stick there.
Yeah, that was swag. It's like Floosh is... Not entirely sure what Floosh is up to, actually.
I think trying to approach the Kuko from the other side.
Oh.
Wait, what was that Frog's 2 hint?
Oh, we'll get another look at it here with Floosh. Very interesting way to get to this grotto here for Floosh.
Okay, frogs, final frogs may have been fire arrows according to chat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, not really an impactful hint here, especially with trials not being on, so it's not hard required at all. We already have Dens of Magic, so kind of a nothing hint. And I wouldn't be surprised if Floosh now goes through Goron City. He kind of has a nice time of day here. Meanwhile, Fabio and Aeronaut kind of following in Floosh's footsteps a little bit, also in Domain. And yeah, I don't think Floosh is going to be able to set up Dampa anymore, but would have been able to if he just walked down river, I think, though. I don't know why he didn't just do that. Just really valuing the full clear ability here of the early checks. It's like he's trying to get another... He's just really fishing for information right now.
honestly, the main thing I would like to fish is fish, but we can't do that until we have a bottle. And yeah, chat is reminding us that we... Wait, we do have a bottle? I missed a bottle? Where'd the bottle go? Oh, I missed that check. Thank you. Alright, we have a bottle.
It's gonna work out pretty well here for Alex, then. Safe, but just go Jabu. Already is Todongo's Cavern out of the way, too.
And yeah, Deku Theater is confirmed nothing important, which is admittedly kind of redundant with Lost Woods Foolish, but, you know, we had to have the hints somewhere in the game. You know, now I wonder, is it ever possible to program this rando such that if Lost Woods is considered a foolish hint, that we can remove the Deku Theater hint and replace it with, I don't know, another sometimes?
Could, but
oh,
right now it's an always hint. That's not really changed for the past 2 seasons. Yeah.
Speaking of things that haven't changed.
It's kind of nice though. I've always been an advocate for Skullmask being an always hint, and all the various speed ups that it's had over the years. So I don't know. I also think chicken should just be not 7 too, but you know, other people had different plans this season. That's for sure.
Also, the aeronaut actually in Child Spirit right now.
Nice bow for Fluish, by the way. It was on the Goron City Pot.
Yep.
It's going to be a pretty big find. Although, I'm still... I don't know. You might even just find a bow in Bombwell anyway, so I think choosing one of the lines, Domain, River, CAC, or Goron City, DMT CAC, I think I would have just chosen one of those and committed to one of them. I think full clearing like this can be advantageous, but it can also just kind of waste time.
Alright, I saw no chests opened for Child Spirit, so I don't think there are even any keys.
Not a ton of information to really gain from that. We know that Spirit, Water, and Fire are stones, which is a little bit interesting. I think for Flush finding the bow, definitely the Fortress play is on his mind now, because he already knows its path. The Deku Tree.
Oh!
Ooh,
there
ooh.
we go!
It's just a good old Training Grounds has a hookshot hint. Hello?
And Song of Storms Grotto has another bottle inside.
That's pretty nice. It's like as accessible as the field one. It's a little bit nicer to get.
Alright. So 7 keys to get the center of GTG.
Wow, Flush still not going to bottom of the well. Not quite getting that routing decision.
Oh! There's a unexpected knockback. Or maybe it was expected.
It kind of helped him. No. Okay, with the bottle going Jabu. Okay. Getting progression out of the way, I guess. This also sets him up so that he could chain Dampe digging into Bomb of the Well. So I don't hate that either, especially if you committed to, the both Goron City and River lines rather than just beelining bottom of the well. Such a funny hint.
And Fabio had to temporarily double back just to see. Did I read that right?
Yeah, I think Fabio's blood pressure just increased by about 10.
But Chad is bringing up a good point. Unless we were to do some sequence breaking with the Wall Masters, that hook shot in GTG may very well be our long shot.
Could be. I mean, it depends on where it is, so...
Center, prize, final.
Oh, was it? Okay. The hints definitely look a lot weirder now with the recent updates to the hints, so definitely catching me off guard. It depends on the keys, though, and where they are. It's not necessarily... Well, I guess it is, but...
Well, you know what?
On these settings.
let's do the play around here. So, accessing the right side, we have... Actually, there's a lot that we can potentially access right now. Let's see. So, the 2 lobby checks. Stalfos check. The Beamos check. Right side, we have Song of Time. It is technically possible that we could have enough keys just from those first 7 and just make our way through. Of course, logic will fully expect us to have all 9 because, you know, some folks may just want to open every single door and thus waste keys, so we have to cover for those eventualities.
I mean, if all of your available checks right now are keys, and then the rest of the maze is keys, I guess that's a way. It seems incredibly unlikely, but...
First appearance into Jabu's belly, and Rudo is still giving us a hard time by staying downstairs at the start.
Yeah, Fabio not too far behind either. Does not have the bottle yet, though, right? You didn't get either the field or...
Field or Death Mountain Trail Storms Grotto.
Right. Playing a bean here. Picked up a couple beans in River. I think a few others did as well. Aaron not showing one on his tracker, and I believe Blue Shay at least got one. I don't know if he got 1 or 2.
I mean, it's always good to...
Oh, bless you.
Sorry, it's always good to at least, have 1 or 2 for just in case. But in this case, considering that, our hookshot may be out of reach... Sorry! I'm concerned that this seed has something in it that's, making me ill.
I think he might be allergic to fish. I don't know.
But I shouldn't be! I enjoy salmon all the time! Anyway, Fabio now has that bottle.
Okay. Kind of annoying for him, considering he just took the owl. So now he has a choice of, do I go Bomb the Well, which is already hinted, or do I go to my progression and do Jabu? He also does not have the Dongo's Cavern done like Alex does, so... I think he's just going to go back to Jabu begrudgingly, but... kind of a sucky find for him, especially considering the other one was DMT Storms. Just like... Alright, now what? I guess I go Jabu, right? Setting towards River. Oh, looks like he might be changing his mind, though. Going to Bomb the Well. I like this play. We still haven't seen Bomb the Well somehow this with these Forerunners, so... I think it's a little awkward with the bottles. The bomb bags are also a little weird. If you don't go to adult Mitos, it's really the question. hammer in Jabu here. Pretty cool find. So seemingly there's not any super wrong options here. Aeronaut really not liking the funny hit. Good hookshot hit. Fabio collecting skulls. I believe all of these players have collected at least one or two. We don't have any extremists here. It's a nice setup there for Flush with the bomb killing the jellyfish. It's a shame that it only got 3 of them. Light arrows on 10, okay. It's also a cool find. We'll see if everyone gets that. Again, not everyone gets goals these days, especially with 40 and 50 being hinted. And there's Fabio with Dampe digging right before he goes bomb the well. Nice setup. Doesn't look like it's going to lead to anything. And now we got 2 people, Flush and Alex, both in Jabu, taking care of their progression. And looks like Aeronaut is doing Child to Dongo's Cavern. Kind of a ballsy play in a qualifier. With the hook shot, or not the hook shot, the slingshot. It's possible to just do this, so don't hate it. But also not super in love with it. Oh, it's gonna die here! Wow. That's a time loss. Hate to see that. Now he's gonna feel silly. He's gonna have to walk all the way back. Guess it's not too bad. Already has the mouth open, so I think he was just going back there for a skull? Oh, wait. No, right. Can't jump up as a child, right? Yeah, that just plain sucks. Fabio committing to chickens before bomb wall. I hate this play. As much as I really want these racers to just go in there, get their stuff. I mean, I'm pretty convinced it could be multiple items here. I believe Aeronaut's the only one that knows about the early fire BK, though. So we'll see how finding Hammer really affects Alex and Flush here in terms of their routing. With Adult first, though, it's kind of a toss-up.
Sorry about that. I just realized I had my mic muted for the past 30 seconds.
No, you're good. You're good.
One of the settings that I wish would change, but I don't think it's ever going to be permanent. I would like to see 4 chickens, 4 cuckoos for Child Anju, but guess they're not so lucky.
Yeah, that is one of the draft options, turning it to 1.
I mean, I'll gladly take 1, but if I have to compromise, I'll compromise on 4.
Yeah, that's fair. I think 3 or 4 is a pretty good number overall.
Anyway, Baronade taken out. I think Hammer was the only thing we found in, Jabu?
Yep. You're not getting the Jonglist Cavern completed here.
And Alex now has a hammer. And, alright, here we go. First appearance of the well.
Oh, finally! I've been just sweating it out here. just please go there, someone.
Light arrows on 10 skulls. Who would draft, 7 chickens? Those who really like the chicken checks.
It's not so much about that, I think, with that setting. It's more of just, if you're against a guy that you know doesn't do chickens if it's 7, I feel like it's not that bad of a pick.
I mean, that
it's actually
too.
pretty good. But it's more about the 1v1 format later on, after the qualifiers, so won't really get to see that aspect of the settings, unfortunately, until then, but definitely something to keep in mind with these.
Oh, hold on. We have a big chest in Central Room Small.
Yeah, the first one's non-surprising. Already knew this was going to be here. Ooh, just a slingshot, though. That's a little surprising. So this is half Phantom Ganon, and the other slingshot was already available. So there's got to be something else in here.
Yeah, we had access to Domain very early on, thanks to bombs. Oh, okay.
There's the scale.
Strength 2 is a little bit more our liking here. Thank you, game.
Yeah, it's a lot more exciting, for sure. I think for Floosh, it's probably the most exciting. He has the most items, has the bow, importantly, with the hammer, so out of all the runners on stream, I think this is going to put Floosh ahead the most, at least. At least, you know, early on. It's still all dungeons, still tons of time left in the seed here.
And yeah, Floosh checking out Child Spirit will soon be disappointed. Aeronaut going digging, and is not happy. And Floosh has had enough. Back to the forest with ye. Oh, invisible chest.
Ooh, Mirror Shield, nice. So Mirror Shield and Strength 2 being in here. Definitely, it's definitely interesting. We still don't have Sarias, so all of this could just be a big logical necessity for Sarias. Nice to know that it's not a waste of time, though. Especially after finding that slingshot. I would expect most runners not to feel too confident. Yeah, Spear is also one of our stones, so it's Ooh, another big chest as well behind the gate.
I mean, you wanted folks to go to bottom of the well for a reason, and right now, your reasons are being justified.
Well, It's already path hinted, but it's also the fact that it's bomb in the well. This early on, you have everything. You can do everything there. Aeronaut also getting the light arrows in 10 there. So in the density, and I don't know. It's not too bad to get here either. You kind of just walk from wherever. Yeah, there's a hook. Okay. That satisfies the path hint here now. It's like we already got another strength, and the bow's already accessible via bombs, which is Fear 0, so definitely makes a lot more sense. Yeah, wells are already a good play in my mind, so it's like, if you already have all the items for it anyway, you're gonna go. And if it's also path hinted, it's just doubly good.
So, clarifying from chat, does that satisfy Sacred Forest Meadow to Bongo? Let's see, Sacred Forest Meadow, Storms. Storms opens well. Well, we find Hookshot. I would say that counts. But, yeah, we are still missing Hover
You need Hook for Spirit, so, yeah.
And we're still missing Kokiri's Sword. But, honestly, I think we're going to find Kokiri's Sword in Gerudo Fortress, so... Yeah, it's mainly the 2 boots. So, at the very least, we have almost all the tools we need. So, as silly as this is going to sound, I'm going to request that a prediction is made in chat. Which boots do we find first? Hovers or irons?
A pretty good one.
And alright, chat, the prediction is officially up. Feel free to wager channel points and decide as you wish.
Yep, definitely slapping some points on hovers. I think with having one skill already and knowing where Longshot is, makes it a little bit more likely, because you only need either irons or scale 2, especially for these runners. We're not going to need irons necessarily. We haven't really seen the key logic for fire either. I don't think we will either for a while, maybe an hour or so from now. So we wouldn't even know whether one's more likely or the other.
Do keep in mind, we saw an earlier hint that said that Central Pillar had a key, so we may need the iron boots for that key.
Pretty unlikely.
I did say
for these
may.
runners, yeah, again, for these runners, they only need 2 for water. The likelihood that you actually need Central is pretty low. If it's out of boss key, now that's a different story. But, especially with the one lock being removed in Rando, kind of makes it not really a big issue here. And Aeronaut Flush also going to bomb the well here. Alex kind of being the black sheep in terms of routing is doing child fishing here. Not sure what his plans here are after this. I would expect some variation of going to bomb the well, but we'll have to see which checks he kind of routes in.
I mean, having an extra piece of heart is somewhat nice if we had the other 3 pieces, but right now the only one with 5 containers is Favio, as the Aeronaut now gets a hookshot, and Flush gets strength 2. Honestly, I would just enter GTG right now and just full clear it. We have all the tools we need for the place.
I don't know. I think after Flush gets this hook shot, he's definitely going to go to Forest before anything. Just get out of the way. You know you have to do it. It is foolish is the only thing, so I think that's the only thing that might put him off towards that, but I think it'd be really nice, I think, at least for me, just to get kind of my bearings in terms of my route, in terms of, like, what am I going to follow up exactly with what else.
Well,
and sequencing is, I think, a really big thing here, too. If you already know you have to do all the dungeons, that's going to matter a lot in terms of your final placement for the qualifier, which, again, matters a lot because of the points system that we have.
My counterpoint to that is, if we get hover boots, I know I've seen some people talk about 3-key Forest Temple, where they only need 3 small keys, and I want to say hover boots can allow that play.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't save any time though. It's the only thing. So it would only save time if there's like a key setting. You can get keys outside of dungeons. Okay, then you're talking. But if it's all just keys and dungeons, you're not saving any time effectively. You'd have to get it first try, and then it's like just comparable. That's why you see it in random settings leak a lot, is because key sanity exists. Yeah, key layout's one thing, but it'd have to be pretty specific. I feel like you'd have to have at least one of the other keys hinted to you before even going there to know that. Which isn't a thing, so I don't know. Definitely an edge case.
That is fair. Good decision to use the Deku Nuts in that room. Alright, Aeronaut going through Jabu right now. And Flush is without a Deku Shield. Good news, we can just buy another one.
Seems like all the runners kind of just chose the same thing as Flush in terms of not taking any risks, just going River and Goron City both before Jabu. And bomb or slash bomb as well. They're kind of interchangeable here. Doesn't matter too much which one you do first. Flush exiting bomb level now with the hook shot, mirror shield, strength 2. Recently got the hammer and Jabu, and the lights on 10. So I think Flush is definitely in the strongest position right now. Does not have the Dogmas done like Alex, but does already have Bomb the Well done. Meanwhile, Alex is heading toward Bomb the Well.
Ooh, Flush is at 17 skulls. It may be possible for Flush to get 20 right now. Or we may save 20 for later.
Yeah, I think he's just setting it. They're already here, and he's exiting from Bomb of the Well, so it's more of just a... I'm not going to have any point in the seed where I'm back here as child, so might as well pick these up. If I already have like 12 to 15, you only really need maybe 2 or 3 as adult now, instead of 5. Just a big change. You also have adult shooting gallery there too, so could just be... I'm going to get that later when I get a adult shooting. I'll for sure get the skulls somewhere else. It's basically just not going any place out of the way for your skulls is the big thing. Ooh, Fabi missing the throw there for Rudo. Rudo a little bit too heavy today. Actually not heavy enough, she fucking flew in the air.
the throat tentacle thingamajigger, it can be annoying to hit.
Its movement's really weird. The way the boomerang moves as well in relation to how the Link moves, pretty awkward. I don't like side movements you have to use if you want it to go the right way sometimes. That's why Jabu's not really a fan favorite, I would say, among racers.
Oh, yeah, the whole cows and Jabu thing. Deities need to eat, folks.
Hey, Master Quest Jabu's great, though. Instead of having this where it's like a 8 minutes or so, couple checks, kind of a dungeon, you have a dungeon with like 13 checks, I want to say, depending on settings. Excuse me.
Oh, good. And with that in mind, folks, happy 1 hour. This has definitely been an interesting way to start off Season 2 for the folks in Europe. And really, anyone else who was unable to stay up for Saturday's North American Weekly. I wish to thank our runners, Fabio, Master Alex, Floosh, and the Aeronaut for being willing to put up with what this seed is throwing out tonight. I wish to thank our trackers, CD Hoff and Lava Plume, for clicking the buttons and showing, oh, hey, this is the actual data that's going on. I also wish to thank Emo Soda for keeping me company and actually keeping us somewhat on track, whereas I'm just the idiot commentator over here. And Golden Devil for putting us all in a room and making us get along and having this whole thing work out.
Yeah, we're all having a good time here, I think.
Right.
Ooh, okay, so I respect the Floosh play here. He can definitely get 3 skulls that don't take a ton of time to get. Really valuing 20 after finding something on 10, I kind of get it. And again, it lets you have so much time to plan for your route, and sequencing is the big thing here. So I can definitely see some players might want to elect to find hovers first just to save a little bit more time than the block maze. So it's a really toss-up as far as a decision, I think.
And chat, there are channel point rewards regarding how I think a certain... No, in all seriousness, Dress is a good person, but look, I have channel points to burn, I'm going to use it.
Yeah, I can't speak ill of Daddy, so...
I mean, I'm not speaking ill of him. I'm just also...
You're blaming him, bro.
Blaming is not the same as speaking ill.
Okay. Good old double Jabu Forest.
Stupid Octorok. Let us throw our boomerang in peace, please. Alright, 2 small keys out of 5 found in forest. Are we going to have the closest equivalent to a mullet mansion at this rate? Okay, that's a reference I haven't used in a long time.
Yeah, Chad, if you need to get some water, definitely do that right now. This would be a really good point to do so. Nothing is really going to be happening here for about 10 minutes, so...
Yeah, chat does bring up a good point. We've only found 1 bow so far, and that was Goron City Pottery. So our other bows could very well be bow locked.
Aaron with the cheeky attempt at the pot strat. I don't know why he really went for that. I think just for swag, but it's pretty risky to do. If you're gonna go for pot strats, by the way, always go for pot hits first. Baronade speeds up the zappage the further along in the fight that you get, so you have like a second or two to grab a pot versus like 3 to 4. And Fabio Aeronaut completing Jabu both at the same time.
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah.
That hint was misread. Frogs provide fire arrows after you're done feeding them. Which admittedly is bow adjacent, but not what we're after.
It's also Dens adjacent. We had Dens on Frogs 2 yesterday, so it's kind of funny that the other fire items on there as well today.
Also, I'm going to ask a dumb question. Is it just me, or have we seen 3 different Well to Phantom Ganon hints by this point?
That's a good question.
Because if we have, then... Wait,
And I don't think it really matters too much either way. Especially, again, we all know it's all dungeons here. All the runners know it's all dungeons, so... I don't think that's really going to impact the runners too much in terms of decision-making.
And actually, what I just said doesn't make much sense, considering that one of the strengths is technically on first sphere, because, you know, Kakariko, Anju. Never mind.
Yeah, it's
why...
0.
Yeah. And yeah, Nocturne's on Ocarina of Time today, so we have to get the other 3 dungeons covered first.
I mean, if I were the runners, honestly, I would take all dungeons. You always kind of want that versus a jet seed, quote-unquote, something that's like 2 hours or less. A lot less variability, a lot less of, okay, I'm on either the chosen path or I'm wasting time and I'm losing points. So it's a lot more, I think, strategy, really, for all dungeons. Specifically, sometimes. Other times it can be just kind of a, well, I'm doing these dungeons, that's it. Already got all my items, kind of a boring seed. But in terms of sequencing, it's really what's going to carry the day here in terms of good placement in the qualifier. So really don't want to, make the decision of, now I'm going well, but I should have gone to these overworld areas before then, depending on what I find in well. You know, it can be kind of a toss-up. But these items aren't really in bad locations. They're all pretty good. Either bomb lock, sphere 0, or in progression so far. Nothing really out of the way. Not like a remote grotto field situation. Something like that. And these foolish hints are also pretty good. Forests, Lost Woods. You know you're going to save a ton of time once you find the keys in Forest, and you don't have to spend additional time or visits to Lost Woods at all, so... I could definitely see this being pretty similar to yesterday's qualifier seed. Probably about 2.5, 245 in terms of finishes to be expected. Got a few items left here. Both pairs of boots. 4, by the way, we have a prediction still going in chat. Pretty evenly split. We'll have to see which one pays out.
And wait a second. Big chest in a foolish forest? What is this?
Bigger on. Nope. Okay. Double defense.
Hey, okay. I do not consider double defense to be foolish. Come on, game. Work with me.
Yeah, that, bigger on sword, bomb shoes, another bomb bag potentially, all very possible in Foolish Dungeons.
Okay, what checks does, double defense unlock? It technically unlocks nothing. But it's a good item to have! It basically, well, gives you double defense.
Hope Aeronaut has a fairy here. I don't know if you picked one up. Okay, there we go.
Aeronaut does have a fairy. But yeah, going after Vivagia with 3 hearts, and not even a Goron tunic for this?
I mean, you don't really need one for these runners. They're all good enough that 3 heart bulb isn't too bad.
That requires it to be done perfectly. I'm very concerned about the time.
That's fine. He might actually die before he gets to the warp.
Alright, Alex now has that bow.
Oh, this might be a situation where he dies in the warp or as he warps. It's always kind of funny. You see Link's body, like, his corpse just, like, spinning up in the air.
And, go ahead.
Yeah, if I were the runners, I would not do fire yet. I would probably go to Gerudo Training Grounds if you already have the bow. You're just going to find way more stuff there of importance. You already know you need long shot anyway. Or spirit. I mean, I think either are great options here. But for fire, I would put it off and buy some bomb shoes if you're going to do 3 heart bulb. And then it's just kind of trivial, especially for these runners.
To answer the earlier response regarding double defense, I am not sure if it can lock checks with other settings, but those settings are not active for today's seed. Some of them may be turned on later on due to the nature of Season 7, but...
No, it's... Double defense is always a foolish item, and especially in S7. The only real consideration would be, like, damage multipliers, but those aren't a thing here.
You may be thinking of Nehru's Love, then, yeah. But the nature of Season 7 is that we draft different settings. So, one minor setting and one major setting are decided before each seed starts this time.
Yeah,
additional information can be found on the draftable settings page.
Yeah, Nehru's could be logically required if you don't have access to Goron Tunic, having a wallet, not having Song of Time, and you need the scrubs in the grotto in Goron City. It's one of the ways. There's a couple other, but they're really edge cases. Flushan Phantom Ganon. Aeronaut going to actually collect the medallion here. Or not medallion, stone. Not in love with this jump setup for Aeronaut.
I mean, technically, if we do get enough small keys, we can just climb all the way up, hit the pillar, come down, and that way you don't have to worry about, you know, jump setups or lack of hover boots. But at the same time, it is a bit of a... Wait a second!
Yeah, Flush with the one cycle Phantom Ganon. Very rare.
But also, was Phantom Ganon being kept out of balance? Or was that just a visual thing that I was seeing?
It's part of the setup for one cycle for Phantom Ganon. You don't have to have him there, but it's definitely the fastest way to. It's kind of like the door setup with Morpha. You can kill Morpha in the door frame if you position it correctly. Which can save time versus having to wait for the animation. Same thing, pretty much.
Anyway,
that's definitely impressive.
Yeah. Volvagia did have a small key. Can't say we're surprised by that. And the other hint here is... yeah, thanks, game. Just
You're not gonna die? Nope, okay, nice. Got a little bit too close there. And Alex is actually gonna go Spirit over Forest. I can get this play as well. You don't want to go to a foolish area if you can just do that later.
The primary thing that's not helping Alex, well, one, lack of hookshot, and we know where both of them are. Two, lack of mirror shield.
He has both.
Alex has mirror shield?
Yes.
It's okay, it's just not equipped. And there's the hookshot.
Yeah, you went bomb the well, and they were both there with Swing 2.
Alright. Alright, well, let's now start figuring out where these keys are located, because we found nothing in Child Spirit. Well, there's the first one, but...
I expect it's going to be pretty good. There's going to be at least one item. I would expect like probably two in this seed. Probably one of the pairs of boots is going to be in here.
Chat and Spirit Key logic, I always get confused. But we'll see if there's a second key right there.
I mean, there doesn't have to be right here. You only really need one to progress further here. Reason being, you can waste the one on Child, but then you have two checks, plus the map chest, plus the Armmost room, so...
There you go.
This is not guaranteed. Yep.
And
okay, there's item number one right on cue. Oh, big rounds, okay.
Not a required check, but, you know, it helps with offense.
Yeah, if you already know it's all dungeons, so finding this a little bit over the hour mark is huge. It's gonna make Alex's Forest, in particular, a lot quicker. Not gonna have any problems with Volvagia. Probably won't have to get any fairies at all, I would expect. And for all the bosses, including Ganondorf, it's really going to speed some things up. Yeah,
second big chest. Third big chest!
Hey, like I said, wouldn't be surprised if we found 1 to 2 items here, so... a wallet, okay. Not really an interesting find, but logically needed.
Are we gonna have this be a fourth big chest on the map location?
That'd be pretty peculiar. We already know that the child climb likely has one key. Let's see if it has two.
Well, there's
Oop.
one.
Uh,
And I think that was two.
ooh, yeah. Okay. All of our players here, all in progression. Pretty sure Flush is gonna follow up Volvagia and Fire here with Spirit. Kind of following in Alex's footsteps. I wouldn't be too surprised if he just gets the Dodongo's Cavern out of the way. Soul has not done that yet.
And double magic. So that was 3 big chests, but none of them screamed progression.
No, you still have like a third of the dungeon left here, so
Yeah, I mean, you did say it earlier. The wallet may be required just to buy the Goron tunic, but I mean, as our runners are showing, they don't even need that.
yeah, it's true. Could always be another wallet too, logically.
Alright, 4 Armos room and nothing. Alright, 2 invisible chests in this hallway. Will one of them be helpful? Not one. Well, okay, extra Deku Sticks helps, and small key on the other. One more small key remains if I've counted correctly.
I think that'd be my only nitpick for these runners' routes is after Bomb the Well going adult, they probably should have bought the Wamchus then there, just for Volvagia. Would have saved about 30 seconds.
Oh, hi there, Bosky.
Fourth
And
key. You already know fifth key is going to be Armo, so it's all the keys accounted for.
I think that was the 5th key at Strength 2 check. So I think we've seen all the small keys at this point.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's an item on Sunblock.
So, Sunblock could have an item.
Well, it has an item.
So,
we don't know if it's junk or not.
yeah.
Yeah, Felicia is going to get a little bit more information here. Probably the top of Mountain Trail Ferry on his way to DC. Clear that out. Now you have to do it for progression, so I like this play a lot. You're probably never coming back here.
That's a big chest. Double wallet.
Cool. Oh, Flush with a bomb choose right after doing Volvagia. That kind of sucks.
That was... Stop hogging the camera, Dino Falls. Let us see the chest fall.
I don't think Flush bombed the eyes, so the bomb choose could actually matter here and saving a little time for Dodongos and bombing the eyes.
Oh yeah, before I forget, public service announcement. If I read the changelog for the for version 8 of the randomizer, you can safely use Din's Fire against those skulls now.
Oh, in spirit.
Yeah.
I mean, I've definitely crashed my game more than once there in a competitive race, so it's nice.
And okay, now Master Alex is going into Sunroom.
Yeah, just covering the bases. Again, you're not going to ever be here again, so might as well check this before completing the dungeon. You don't want it to have it be your go mode and you just miss it. So all of our players here on Restream kind of playing pretty conservatively. Kind of as expected, especially if you know it's all dungeons, the qualifier. Again, I think a lot of the edges here can be gained from sequencing. So, Flusha's sequence of doing the dongos now, doing all these checks along the way, really going to do him a lot of favors, I think.
Alright, it is not Sunroom.
Yeah, Flusha's just on a rampage here with information as well. Looks like he's gonna... Okay, yeah, here we go. Alternate setup for bombing the eyes with bomb shoes. There's like, I don't know, 10 different ways to bomb these, so... kind of up to preference.
Wait, was that second bomb chew like blowing from behind the eye or something?
No, so the way that you bomb these in one spot with the bomb chews, one of the bomb chews travels across the face as the other one is playing the cutscene for the explosion, so it's just timed in such a way where you wait like 2 seconds and it'll always hit usually. So it goes above, either above or below the face, but you can't really see it sometimes. The hitboxes for those eyes are also enormous, so you can have some pretty variable setups for hitting those eyes.
Flush now has Din's Fire, Favio playing with Fire, Master Alex reflecting Fire, and the Aeronaut it is hoping to be on fire. I don't know. The Aeronaut is firing arrows. Fine, we'll go with that. Doesn't have the same ring to it.
Not getting the fast bow fair or not. And, ooh, Alex also missing a hit there on Rova. Wasn't a great movement by Rova. Always a bit of RNG to this fight. Fabio also going to be clearing out Volvagia as Flush heads into the Dodongo's portal. And Aeronaut's making his way down to Phantom Ganon. A lot of peaceful progression clearing, so always pretty chill. And the big thing is Deku gonna have any items? And is Scarecrow required? Is I think a big question right now. With no Serenade, it's gonna be kind of punishing. I'd expect most people just go to Gerudo Training Grounds, hope to have access without irons to the long shot in there, and just long shot across to Fortress Rooftop if it is top rooftop. Could just be the horseback archery, though. I guess it's the first look at 20 skulls by Flush. Just
Another bottle.
Cool. Kind of what I was explaining beforehand, but definitely put DC off just so that he could do adult shooting gallery, because he found the bow pretty early in his child 1 segment. So that's why he was getting the like tertiary gold skulls and why he did forest first. So it's all kind of lining up here for Flush. And now, right after this, too, by the way, he gets to do big pose if he wants to and head straight to Gerudo Training Grounds. So this is a really nice setup for Flush. Whereas Alex is now in Colossus, but Flush is heading to Spirit first, which totally respect. You want to do your progression first. And for Alex, already has Dodongas out of the way, so just going to reverse here without Serenade.
And yeah, Chad, I don't think I've ever seen anyone getting crushed by that Force Temple elevator before like that either.
Yeah, the edges are grabby, so I'm going to be careful on that.
Hey, Alex, going backwards through the wasteland. We do have logical access to the wasteland by going the other way, thanks to Eponisong. But you know,
it saves time with no Serenade. Otherwise, you're gonna have to save quit. Master Alex is on emulator, but if you're already in Colossus right after Spirit, this is, I believe, faster. Even with the fast save quit. The only thing is, you're kind of trading checks big pose for Haunted Wasteland. It's like the only thing. But you can also just go to big pose by save quitting and exiting castle, so I think this is slightly better. And you already know Fortress's path, Goma, so just not thinking and just doing is more important in this situation to save your time where you can save it. I mean, still have half the dungeons left in the game, so. Yeah, all runners on Restream actually are all 4 for 8 for progression. Or 4 for 9. And Aeronaut being 1 ahead. Maybe?
by this, I admit, I have sort of more the overall view. We have completed 6 of the dungeons. Or with, you know, Link's Pocket counting as one of the dungeons. The only dungeons we are missing: Water Temple, need Iron Boots. Shadow Temple, need Hover Boots. Deku Tree, need Kokiri's Sword. We're going to resolve the Kokiri Sword check shortly. But we still need to find those boots. I mean, you know the old saying, no shoes, no service? We're kind of in that situation here.
No shoes, no go mode. I can dig it.
Oh, we don't need Rudo's letter because, the settings for this race, Zora's Fountain is open.
Yeah, all these runners have done Jabu already, so... This nice old Mitos boomerang scale bomb bag. Love to see it. Oh, I don't know if this bomb 2 settings is going to work for Flush. I think, Oh, it does. Nice.
And it's all good, chat. Season 7 has literally just started. Oh, okay. We have a big one.
Flush has
It's
definitely
the 4th
had
bottle!
some pretty hype setups here. Yeah, call me when it's a real item.
At least I think that's the 4th bottle, but...
Oh, excuse me.
All good? Now we just have to deal with the chaos that is, you know, this silver rupee room right here. Fortunately, the timer stops once you collect the 5th rupee and not when you leave the door. And there is small key number 2. Considering we just got done with Spirit, now is a good time to retreat and take care of 4 more chests back here. Alright, well, we know one of the chests is pointless. I cannot see. Okay, 2 of the chests are pointless. Three. And, okay, we got 1 small key out of that.
Yeah, I think if that was not a key, irons would be logically required.
Ice statue chest, nothing, so let's head back to the top and try that room.
Still a little key light for Garuda Training Grounds. Okay, never mind. There you have 5.
I mean, don't forget, we have Song of Time. We can easily access right side, so...
Yeah, I'm more thinking about the logic of the seed, though, like the required 9. Oh, we only need 7 here for, I'd say, most runners.
Yeah.
I believe that's a 6th one in the fire.
I cannot easily tell.
No, it's a heart. It's a heart. Still not another key, so still only up to 5.
Right side will resolve this, I think.
Right side, not a key.
Well, we have 3 right side checks here.
Sure, I mean, they're going to have 7. I'm not worried about that. I'm more curious if irons are hard required for long shot. It's going to at least guarantee that water's not going to have your irons, which could matter.
Well, there's 1 small key on right side, but this big chest is a bow.
Cool.
Technically, I don't think that's a bow-locked bow. But that is certainly an out-of-the-way bow.
Yeah, without the seeds kind of playing out, I'd be kind of shocked if that's anyone's first bow. With Sphere Zero, Mido's bomb bag, it just seems really unlikely that just be your first build right there. You just don't go to Goron City, I guess.
Alright, 2 small keys on the left side of the maze. We know that hookshot is the final one. So, what's the remaining 2 checks?
One's a key, but...
Well, we're apparently skipping, one of them.
Yeah, toilet's just a key then.
Yep, as hinted. Alright, so the one that Alex had skipped, the first left side maze chest, that is a small key. But we now have our long shot, even if it is technically done out of logic. Yeah, toilet was hinted as a key way early.
Yeah, I forgot about that hint.
So, we may have Iron Boots as the first one, if only to resolve, that hint. Though, actually, I have a fair question.
Yep.
If Horseback Archery has both boots, how do we resolve the prediction?
Just cancel it. Well, I guess no, 1,000 would be technically first, right? You get 1,000, then 1,500.
Yeah, that's probably the, I don't know if it's necessarily the fairest way, it's just the logical way. Central Pillar is hinted as a regular key. And yes, I do believe the game gives you 1,000 first. I miscounted there, but sheesh. Cutting it close, Alex.
A little close. A little close.
Alright, 1,000, piece of heart. Don't have to worry about that discrepancy then. And, well, there's the Goron tunic.
Yeah,
so,
not super relevant. It's gonna be top of a fortress here. Which is nice. Let's go a long shot over there. I'd imagine a save quit, go Deku immediately is the play here. Assuming it's a Kakuri sword, might not be. If this is irons, that would be pretty gross.
We are technically still missing gold scale or iron boots for Water Temple here. But yeah, moment of truth. Where do we go from here? Our item. The Iron Boot! Iron Boot believers, take the victory!
What'd I tell you? Doesn't have to be sword. It's definitely the worst thing it could be. And I was just gonna go water. And...
Yeah, but didn't you say earlier that the hover boots are more likely to come up sooner?
It's dependent on a few things. Key logic being a big thing, especially in Spirit, TCG, as well as Fire, which we already saw. Even Forest, but I don't know. It was always going to be a 50-50, so... The only thing that would make the irons a little bit more likely to find is you do need to complete water before you even complete shadow, but not a guarantee you get those boots beforehand. Flush also going to be doing the same thing as Alex, reversing to Gerudo Training Grounds. I would expect Fabio and Aeronaut to do the same. They're both in Spirit completing that right now. Yeah, not too much left for Go Mode. I think Hovers and Deku is kind of what the runners would be favoring over anything else, just for simplicity's sake.
Alright, everyone. Welcome to the Water Temple.
Wee.
I mean, it's definitely in contention for most boring dungeon. Definitely the worst dungeon in terms of number of items held.
Most boring? That's an insult to the intricate design of this place.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's faster than Forest, but it's like an underwater forest, at least in my opinion. It's pretty boring. You're just pushing blocks, shooting things. And you need a slightly longer hookshot.
First item in Forest Temple was the boss key, and all of our runners had done a fancy skip to not need bringing the pillar down for Fire Temple.
Yeah, Fire could still have hovers. I didn't see what was. I wasn't really paying attention to what was on the first loop in terms of key layout. So I don't remember if Volv was hard required for hovers.
We haven't explored Fire Temple enough to know that, unfortunately. All we know is
if you know what the loop keys are, then you... Well, yeah, I guess you could get still locked out because of the key on Volv. Depends on what's above the lobby there. I don't think anyone's gonna check, so we probably just won't know, but...
I didn't see what chest was in the cracked walls, so
I think it was a heart.
Okay.
Looks a little bright, so either heart or an item, but assuming Alex didn't look at it incorrectly. Yeah, it could also just be a small key as well.
And Torches has a boss key. Oh gosh, I just realized vanilla hovers is potentially possible.
It is true. We do have all of our stone dungeons out of the way here, so very possible. I don't know, with the Iron's Path Deku, I think you kind of have to full clear this anyway. Not sure if Alex saw what that was.
I know I didn't.
Huh. Might have like glimpsed it with the way that he turned the camera there. Yeah, you kind of turned the camera like toward the wall a little bit in the corner, which I think is a viable way to peek that chest, but I didn't quite see. It was a little too quick for me.
Alright. Aeronauts starting their journey through Gerudo Training Grounds. Floosh almost done. Or at least halfway, roughly. Bottom two runners are actually closer than I'm realizing. Also, did Alex not go for Central Pillar?
Floosh is a half a Gerudo Training Grounds ahead of Aeronaut is the only thing. Oh, what was the question?
Did Alex not do Central Pillar?
No, he knows it's a key, so...
Guessing he's just gonna knock Morph out and then just see if hovers are in shadow early?
I just don't think he wanted to do the jump here without hovers. So I think it's going to do more if it's a key, might do more in water, but honestly could just go to shadow first, see if there's anything in there. Without Serenade, it's kind of a tough call if you know Iron's your path Deku. That's kind of a shit decision point, in my opinion at least. Yeah, picking Shoot the Sun could also be a good idea. Yeah, no one's peeked it. Checking to see what that is first before you make a decision is probably the right call. Ooh, we're not getting door frame. A good kill. Oh, discounting the keys there for Floosh. Oops. Fabio on his way to Gerudo Training Grounds.
Alright, well, that is a small key on Morpha, so...
Gotta see what Shoot the Sun is first here. Didn't get a great look at that, but it must have been nothing. Heading straight back into water here for Alex.
One of the recent changes is that it no longer does a big fancy cutscene to say, oh hey, this is what the item is. So you're able to just peek it right then and there. And yeah, Alex has decided to lower the water level intentionally. But we have Iron Boots, so why do we lower the water level?
It's faster than sinking to get back into water. So I'm going to save Scum the keys here.
Fair enough. And none of our runners have entered Ice Cavern yet.
It's a little interesting. I mean, they know they don't need the song from there at all, so already finding Song of Storm, starting with Zeo, knowing where Nocturne is, just kind of makes it a really out of the way location to check. It's not like logically relevant to the hints, just kind of there. It could be Icy Waters, but the problem here is no Serenade, so I think most runners are going to be forced into doing water, at the very least. If they don't want to take any risks, they're going to do water. But you could rush Shadow, you could rush Ice. Ice is not required, you know. So I think either way you're taking a risk there. So I think the majority of players are going to do what Alex is doing here, which is probably the reason he's doing it as well. About 70-ish or so players in the race, so you kind of have to keep that in the back of your mind too. You don't want to divert too much from what people are doing on average, or what you think people are doing on average. So
Yeah, those cascading platforms can be annoying.
there's really not that many locations left in the game either, so this is like doubly even more risky if you just don't check water. It'll take probably twice the travel time it normally would if you just don't check water and there's a progression item in there. Also, given that we only really need one more before we're in go mode.
Alright, Dark Link. Get back into your traditional position as Shadow instead of coming out to fight. Thank you.
Yeah, good kill on Alex there. Not having to equip the nuts is big if you know the setup. Just move left and move right. Use backslash on Dark Link. It's pretty free. Looks like he might be going to ice, though. Playing Blair out of the water.
Did not go to the Dragon Room. Or the River Chest. That's...
Based on keys, I think those have to be keys, so... Because there are still 6 water keys.
There are 6 water keys, but... Oh, if the cracked wall chest was a piece of heart or a heart container, then yeah, that would be 4 small keys. You're right.
You can do fire, still hasn't done that yet. Yeah, I still think Flush is probably in the lead here, I would say.
It's hard
Depends
to say
on...
who has the advantage right now.
Yeah, I mean, Alex says the Goron Tunic will be nice. He doesn't have to get the fairy, die, waste some time on the cutscene. Doesn't have to worry about the timer here, so it can be very careful with the setup to Volvaggio. And then even has a little bit of bomb choose left, too, and Bigoron Sword. So really not going to worry too much about speedily doing Volv. You can just Bigoron Sword it to death, right?
Aeronaut now has a Goron Tunic, and will soon learn that the Iron Boots are going to be necessary sooner than expected.
Ooh, just a little bit off on the setup there. Looks like he's just gonna yellow it. Nope, a little bit off. I think it was a little bit too wide there. Might retry the setup. Nope, just gonna yellow again, okay. So losing a little bit of time, close to 30 seconds I want to say there. And it got into his lead a little bit. Whereas Alex has already completed Volvaggio, so... think now it kind of swings in Alex's favor a little bit. Oh, right. Okay. My bad, chat. I totally forgot about Forest. Yeah, in that case, Felicia's just very far ahead still. Compared to the other runners. Not having to worry about the elevator, gets the jump first try. Very nice. Alex is just going to be in the kind of a full clearing mood. Makes sense. Not going to be back here again.
Yeah, the big question, it's like, how quickly can you full clear these locations? And, okay, is this going to be our first lab roof check?
Yeah. Just a bloopy.
Alright, nothing important. Again.
Check lab dive. Go check fishing.
Right. This will be an out-of-sequence check. Technically, you are supposed to have golden scale. And diving provides nothing. And by the way, I just realized we didn't... Oh, wow, claim check. That leads to nothing here. But yeah, we are a little late on this, but happy 2 hours, everyone. This seed has been, definitely a thing here. Do you want to do the usual things this time?
Yeah, sure. Shout outs to our runners on Restream here, Fabio, Master Alex, Floosh, and the Aeronauts. To our trackers, Sadie Hoff and Lava Plume. Our Restreamer, Golden Devil. And I guess you too, Wolfman. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for actually being the more informed duo of us.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, I help run the podcast, so it's just nothing to me, man. Yeah, I'd live, breathe, and shit randomizer, so...
Desert Colossus to Bongo Bongo. That's the final one. Which, Epona's. To take you to GTG. To get the hook shot. Okay, that hint's resolved. The randomizer can give, and the randomizer can take away.
Yeah, randomizer ruined my marriage, you know?
My condolences.
Took away my kids. I'm just kidding.
Oh, there are plenty of seeds of time that have shown their teeth. But right now, I'm just trying to I'm just trying to take a look at what all of our runners have right now. Has Alex completed Spirit Temple yet?
Yeah, he's only got Forest left right now. I believe.
Okay, so Alex is going to clear Forest and then get Ocarina of Time? Got it.
He's heading away from it, though. I don't know what he's really up to. Could be going Ice now? I guess? He knows Forest is foolish, so I feel like he's just avoiding Forest just for that. Which makes sense. You want to check the locations that have actual items, so... Artie has checked water, where the other runners are. Yeah, I think if it's not Icy Water's Kakuri Sword, I think at that point you're just shitting your pants as a runner. It's just like, okay, what? Where in the hell is the sword? Where's Hovers? Where's, you know...
And yeah, here we go, folks. We are going to see new checks finally.
Fire's not foolish. It's kind of front-loaded with keys a little bit. But, like, not really front-loaded, just, like, bare minimum. So it's, like, you'd have to spend 5-10 minutes in Fire just to figure out if it's hover locked or not. And then you have, like, 2 to 3 checks for items. So it's not really a strong location here.
We've already seen our 3 foolish locations. They are Lost Woods, Temple of Time, and Forest Temple. Now, what's at the bottom of Icy Waters here?
That's K-Sword.
Camera isn't helping me here. There we... Yeah, that's...
Oh.
When I said the camera wasn't helping me, that was before the camera didn't help even more!
Interesting.
Alright, we have it mostly fixed.
I don't know if that was on his side or the restream side. Could be either. It was probably... I don't know why they would do that, though. It's strange. Yeah, that's weird. Might have misclicked something on his OBS layout or something. I mean, I think he saw the Kakuri Sword, and what probably happened was like a misclick on his way to like save quitting or something. Who knows?
But yeah, I mean, vanilla hovers is entirely possible. I honestly suspect that Alex is going to check out Deku Tree first. Since, you know, we're already a child. Knock the age thing out first.
I don't know why he's not safe quitting, though. Where's he going to?
Well, first of all, we have to play Sun Song. We can't just bribe the guard into letting us take a night walk out. Let's see how many got that reference.
Oh, I would see, right.
Something more specific than that, but we won't worry about it. We now have our Nocturne. That's the important thing. Fabio is about to learn that save scumming small keys can be good. I mean, hovers could be on treasure chest game, but we don't have a lens of truth yet.
Nope, we sure don't.
So, the big question is... Wait a second. Iron boots to clear water temple to get the Ocarina of Time. No, never mind. It's just for Kikiri Sword. You're hoping that Lens of Truth is in Deku Tree. Why?
Oh, it could be in Shadow too. Could be a few different places. I mean, there's really not that much left in terms of clearability. I think ice is a pretty big question. Could be deep fire lens for for hovers, depending on key logic and fire for treasure chest game. I think that'd be the worst outcome. Although ice is pretty close second with K-Sword being here and no furores in sight. I mean, I still would come back here over fire, personally, but...
And thus, welcome to the Deku Tree. Today, our second to last dungeon.
Floosh is not save quitting. That's interesting.
Oh, it is. So Floosh is. Wait.
Thinking about it. Is at least thinking about it right now. He must be adding in there. I mean, he equipped the bottle.
Alright, folks. We are seeing Ice Cavern. So I guess that means that's officially the second to last place. Whatever. Oh! We have a gilded chest in Deku.
Come on, Lens. Ah, just the furores. Dang.
Oh, second chance!
Ooh. Okay.
Strike 3! The game is taunting you, Emo Soda. K-Sword was Icy Waters.
I'm still a little surprised that Floosh is just in ice. I mean, I get it either way. You don't want to spend the time to come back here anyway. And it would just be like a Bolero Minuet walk to ice situation. So like 2-3 minutes versus about 2-3 minutes to clear ice. I mean, it doesn't take that long. But then you also have Deku Shadow just looming over you like a specter, so it's like... It's not really any correct...
Third one!
Decision one over the other. Ah, there's the hovers, okay.
And with that, I think we are all in a collective no mode.
Yep. Again, all it would take is for those hovers to be in ice, and then Flush's play is so much better than rushing Deku, but there's just no way to know that. And you're risking a 2 to 3 minutes of travel for go mode? I don't know. Whether or not you think that's risky or not, I think comes down to what kind of a player you are. Like, more of a risk-averse, or kind of a more daring player. I mean, Master Alex here still has forests left, too, so it's like... I think even if Floosh finds nothing in ice and then just immediately goes Deku, Floosh is still ahead. So it might not matter too much, at least from Floosh's perspective. Again, one of the probably top runners, just period, of Rando right now. which if you know that you're a top player, it can kind of matter a lot, especially in these all dungeon scenarios, with your execution being so good that you save the time over, decisions. So even if this is dead, his execution will carry him most likely. In which case, if I'm Floosh, I'm 100% doing ice then. So I get it either way, I think. No one's done either yet, so it's like nothing really helping you in terms of time investment. Looks pretty similar to yesterday's seed, though, in terms of how it's playing out. Even though it's all dungeons, it's going to be about 2.5, maybe 245 for seed length. Yeah, that's true. At a gaming, you have to kind of do it very carefully. You have to know what you're signing up for when you're doing it. But in terms of mitigating your point loss for qualifiers, it can be pretty important. Depends on the seed, though. I think for this one particularly, it matters probably more on execution and sequencing. I think Floosh's sequencing has been spectacular all seed. I think what really helped him out was the time in forest, just thinking about everything and not doing DC too early. Cool neighbors, I guess.
And, wait a second. I missed where the third bow was, I think. Or, no, never mind. I was mixing up my bows and bottles on my notes.
Yeah, we have 4 bottles, 2 bows, I believe.
But yeah, by this point, I think all of our songs are known. Ice Cavern was Prelude based off of Floosh's tracker. And, the one Medallion Temple of Time is Serenade because Foolish.
Yeah, we know Sarah is already burning Kek as well. Prelude's going to be nice, though. Kind of adding to Floosh's time save here.
But is it enough of a time save considering we went through Ice?
See, that's like the one thing that could convince me that Ice was a good play there, especially for Floosh, is if you already know that Serenade has to be either in Ice or, in the Temple of Time we already know is Foolish. And you already know Saris is on Burning Kek, so it's a coin flip for Prelude plus 3 checks. I mean, that sounds pretty good to me. It's going to speed up your go mode as well. And you already know that you have to go to OT, go back adult. There's no faster way. You don't have Serenade. So it's almost like either song is good, so I think in that case, yeah, the Ice was actually a good play there for Foolish. Even though you're not 100% full throttle on your progression dungeons, which is usually kind of what you want to aim towards, but it can be kind of edge cases like this where it's better.
Diesler, thank you for your 4 years of continued support to the Zelda Speedruns family of networks. Alright, Shadow Temple. There's basically nothing of importance left in here. We have, we just have to get through. Some consider this to be the most boring dungeon to go through. It's definitely among the most linear. I'm trying to figure out what we can talk about. I don't want to do another Raid Shadow Temple bit. Last time I tried singing Big Chungus, I was booed off the stage.
Man, what a hard life you live.
I need something, okay?
Oh, that's fair. Oh, I need to empty my bladder, so I guess I'll be right back.
Ugh. Okay. What can we do to liven this place up? Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Nah, I cannot do the frog thing. Frog checks are pointless this seed anyway. Let's see. What? Oh. Are we seriously? No, I do not want to go to rely on who's on first. Because, who's on first, what's on second, and, I don't know, third base. Ugh. And if you don't care, then go play shortstop or something. I don't know. Kamen Rider Mugetsu. I hope I said your name right. Thank you for your continued support, or thank you for starting your support with the Zelda Speedruns family of networks. And, okay, there's a topic. Fine, thank you. Alright, I would like some feedback from chat on this one. Well, first of all, Zoeism, thank you for starting your support with the Zelda Speedruns family of networks. Alright, so, we know that Majora's Mask 3D Remake had changed the bosses, and I know that was not seen as a popular choice. If you had the power to, would you change any of the bosses for Ocarina of Time 3D Remake? And if so, how would you do that? No, I brought it back to Ocarina of Time. I brought it back. I just needed to establish a baseline. Alright, King Dodongo being it, damage them in one hit. Removing Twin Rova? There has to at least be a boss. We're changing bosses, not removing bosses. Twin Rova to have less RNG, that's fair. But so far, I'm not seeing any answers involving mechanic changes. Goma Unkillable would prevent the game from being completed. Okay, preventing boss stun locks. Can you give an example of that? Okay, giant eye somewhere on Volvagia during one of the aerial phases. You know what? Yes, that one I think we could get behind. It would make the target during that part a little easier to deal with. I'll give you that one. Fire and ice arrows on Twin Rova. Oh, that's a good one. Multiple nuclei on Morpha. Ooh, that would make things interesting. Plus, 2 tentacles? Yeah, makes sense for 2 nuclei. One boss, the Mulgara theme! I like that idea, but, no, if we give every boss the Mulgara's theme, then it's not going to be as special. Ooh, but yeah, that's a fair question. Which boss would be best with Mulgara's theme? And, oh, wait a second. Aeronaut is... We're not deep in fire yet, but this can be a problem. No, chat, we're talking about Ocarina of Time bosses. We can't... Mulgera is not even in Ocarina of Time. Replace Goma with Majora. That early in the game, bad idea. We only have Slingshot, Deku Sticks, Deku Nuts. I mean, okay, Volvagia is close enough to Mulgera, but at the same time, Volvagia already has a custom boss theme, as Favio now gets Prelude. Okay, who are we replacing to have Mulgera go in Ocarina of Time? Okay, I actually tried a dumb randomizer setting on another fork that had R-Wings in. R-Wings are annoying enemies to deal with. It's like, you can never get away from them. Volvagia, giant R-Wing. Okay, now that's... Now you're just being silly.
Well, I had to pay the cat tax on my way back here, so it's a little bit longer than expected, but the kitties are happy now.
Okay, so Twinrova is replaced by Mulgera. You know what? I can somewhat see that. But then, how do we explain Naburu Knuckle?
It'd be kind of interesting if Boss Rando worked the same way it did in Link's Awakening DX Rando, where the bosses change locations, but the rooms are the same. So you'd have Fire Temple Volvagia room with Phantom Ganon in there, and like the paintings like plastered on the wall. Like, how much different would it play out, do you think?
Goma in Bongos. Ooh.
Yo, that'd be sick.
Not a lot of room to work with, but that... You know what? There is no, like, change bosses in their room type of thing, but that would be a good one. I'll give you that one. Well, I mean, if Bongo's floor doesn't spawn if there's no Bongo, all we have to do is change things so that there's a floor.
Nah, we just fall forever and lose. I like that.
Well, all I'm saying is we just program the room differently. Also, third bomb bag has been found, and Boss Key and Shadow Temple is deep.
No other finishers yet.
Well,
I think Flush could actually come in first here for the qualifier. I wouldn't be too surprised. The only time he really wasted was in ice.
Is it possible to separate the drum from the bongo actor? No. Oh, okay. Actors in game terms are like the characters or the characteristics of a character in a game. That's a very simplified, possibly incorrect interpretation. So there's already a separate boss loading zone randomizer option, but we're specifically talking about what if we transplant the bosses into different rooms, not just changing the boss rooms that connect to the dungeons. In other words, say putting Goma in Bongo Bongo's room, or Bongo Bongo in Volvagia's room. That type of thing. Something closer to what Boss Shuffle in many forks of the Link to the Past randomizer does.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, decoupling the bosses from their rooms. I'm just waiting for the day in which we can get Dungeon Room Rando. So, I don't think it'll ever happen, but that would also be sick. So you have like some like fucked up dungeon where it's like a shadow room that goes into fire, that goes into an underwater water room, into wherever. I don't know.
I'm sure there are a number of folks who have tried to look into the source code. It's like, I'm sure it's out there somewhere. I do not necessarily know where, but I'm sure that knowledge is out there and it could be put together in some creative way.
Yeah, you'd have to, like, separate rooms and how they're loaded normally. It'd be a lot of work, to put it lightly.
Oh, no question that it is a lot more difficult. Is it possible? Maybe in 10 years, but I'm sure it's possible. I just kind of want to see it happen eventually. Even if I only give it one try and say, nope, not for me.
Yeah, new options are always very fun and cool, so... Oh, there's
Also-
the lens. See, I was told you it was in shadow. What did I say?
Well, the thing is, lens at this point is kind of pointless, I think.
Oh, for sure. But it is here.
And fair question, chat, what is considered a normal time frame to complete a rando? Are we talking single session, multi-session? You know, these questions need answering, as Bongo Bongo beats to his own demise.
I'm entirely the wrong person to ask that, so I'm going to abstain.
Alright, as much as I've been enjoying this tangent, I think we do have to bring the focus back to the race. We have survived the Shadow Temple. Okay, that last one, Ice Keys to the Morpha fight, you're evil. Let's finish the seed, shall we? Wait. Can we finish the... No! Alex still has Forest! Oh, crap.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Yeah, Felicia's very much ahead of Alex. I mean, Fabio's ahead of Alex. Aeronaut is now also ahead of Alex, so they all have Forest done as well. That might not actually be true for the other two. They still have to do Shadow as well, I guess. Instead of just Forest. But, I mean, Forest is pretty long, so I guess it would come down to his execution.
Alex just finished Shadow, just didn't necessarily mark it on the tracker.
Yeah.
And Aeronaut now has Kokiri's sword, so... To a child with thee. Kokiri's sword is in icy waters outside of Ice Cavern. Kind of a nasty location, all things considered.
To be fair, it was semi-hinted. I mean, we knew Irons led to Kokiri's sword in some way. Just happened to be a little direct this time. Interesting equip there from Alex, or from Flush. I think if I were him, I would have put Furores on down. Save one menu. Oh, never mind. Guess I didn't set Furores.
Chat, why are we now suddenly trying to turn Ocarina of Time into Kingdom Hearts 2's 1,000 Heartless battle. Okay, we actually have a legitimate finisher. Just took a little bit. Gavaroni, first place, 2 hours, 34 minutes, 39 seconds.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Pretty much mirrors how yesterday went. Ooh, in the second place right after him, Let's Clay. That's a name I haven't heard in a while. 234.57.
Let's Clay got sniped. Ooh.
Guess they didn't go nice.
Yeah.
That's really the only difference.
Yeah, for the record, I consider a snipe to be within 30 seconds. That is roughly how long it takes between, final required hit against Ganon and the whole cutscene that goes with it.
Yeah. It's a healthy way to view snipes. Yeah, Flush probably would have been right after or right before. It would have been really close between all three of those.
But yeah, I mean, consider where Flush is right now. Flush has all the medallions at this stage. Honestly, 230 is reasonable on this one. It's just, you have to choose your checks carefully and have solid execution.
Yeah.
Engel, third place, 236.15. And trust me, Flush is a solid runner. All 4 of these are solid runners. It's just sometimes the hints can cause confusion.
It's a cool little maneuver from Aeronaut. It's the stick hit plus the nut throw. A little bit faster than waiting for the Skulltula animation. Ooh, there's Cola again with 4th place. 230. I feel like he got like 4th or 5th yesterday as well. Maybe 3rd. 236.48. Very nice finish.
Just outside of snipe range in my view, but some may still call that a snipe anyway.
Yeah, it was really just kind of an execution battle in my mind, so I'm not surprised at all seeing a lot of these guys finish near the top. They all have pretty solid execution. They're all mostly VC players, I think.
And
Kaitem's 5th place.
237.21.
Kaitem's also been a player that I've had my eye on for a while. They've had a lot of good seasons of League. Solid player overall. And they've had a lot of really good weekly finishes over the past year. Really improved as a player. I mean, if I'm Flush, I'm not really worried about these finishes rolling in. If you're already in Ganon's castle, when these all come in, or Bongo, it's not going to be big enough of a difference in points to where Flush eventually finishes. Even if it's like, it'd have to be like 20 or 30 finishers for it to be like drastically bad for Flush here. I think he's pretty much guaranteed a 900 point finish, is kind of what you're aiming for if you're a player of his caliber. Yeah, if I were Alex, I would be nervous. Maybe a little confused in terms of like, how could I have saved more time? And I think it really comes down to sequencing for the seed in particular. It's really, you have to go everywhere except ice, so it's going to come down to overworld movements. Do you do skulls? I mean, Gavaroni is a big skull hater, doesn't do 7 chickens as far as I'm aware. And I think Flush did both of those as far as I remember, so those are also big sources of time save, potentially. Especially in a qualifier setting. So Lexus in 6th place, 239.12. Another solid player. He kind of got caught off last season. I think he was top seed in Challenge Cup last year. Didn't quite make the main season. Nice seeing a nice high finish for him this year.
Alright, Ganondorf is defeated on Flusha's side. And in case it wasn't said, Alexis to 39-12. And now we are in the open air fire pit as Say takes 7th, 240-15. So when it comes to preparing your meat, tenderize it. Give it some holes. Don't forget to season both sides, including the edges. And then you have to let it rest a little bit. The food is still cooking. Alright, we have our tools. It's time to go back into the fire and do more preparation. Give it a few more flips. Roll it over the grill if necessary. Take it out of the fire once more. Provide plenty of spices. And then, prepare to serve. We just need a slice, a slice, a slice, and a stab.
Yeah, nice little top 8 finish for Flush. 241.59. GG's in chat.
And yeah, some light seasoning is important. You're right. I should have gone with that. It's my only second.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
It was only my second time doing something like that.
Fabio also not too far behind. Also gonna have a pretty nice finish here. I don't think I would be too upset if I were him. I think if you're Aeronaut, though, you're a little bit you're far enough behind, just like Alex is. You're about the same point. That might be worrying about points a little bit. Might be your weakest race. It's not what you want to start off with.
Fabio and Theronaut trying to get through Shadow. Alex almost done with Forest.
Yeah, Flush not going to be joining us for the interview here. GG's anyway, though. It's a good performance from him. No other finishes yet. Might be good news for Fabio and Aeronaut.
So, at what place will the points dramatically drop off for these qualifiers? Like what's the target exactly?
If you're aiming for top 64, trying to get into the next phase of the tournament, I think you definitely want to aim for 900 plus. Anything below is good, but like 8 to 900, I think last season was the range your weakest score had to be to even make top 64. A lot of Challenge Cup competitors averaged about 800, 750-ish, that range, so yeah, I
Gotcha.
think it depends on what you're qualifying for, but assuming you want to make the next phase of the tournament, 900 plus is definitely what you want.
Very well. Knees takes 9th place, 244.41, sniping Sora with 245.07.
Nice. And looking at the points, right now we are up to 951 with Nias's finish, and Sora just finishing 10th place, 245. Looks like that's about 948 points, so yeah, not too bad for Fabio. Alex is also going to make out pretty well here. Maybe a little bit low for Aeronaut, but I think all these runners will be fairly happy with their finishes, if I had to guess.
And just as someone asked, would there be another snipe? Here we go. Choco, 245.56, taking out Natherian, 245.58.
Dang.
So, is our first place winner guaranteed 1,000 points as Rushin takes 13th to 46.18?
Yes, but it depends on how far ahead they are. You can check out the formula on your own time. It's linked in Discord as well as a few other places, but basically top I think 8 maybe finishers. That's where you want to finish for max points. But if the first is way ahead, or you have that gulf of finishes, it's going to affect the points in a pretty significant way.
And then Alsuna 14th, 246.44, another snipe by my rating system.
I think the cap's 1100, I want to say, without consulting.
Gotcha. Alright, Alex is now in Ganon's castle. Fabio almost up the tower. Actually, Choco sniped Natherian, who did snipe Rushin, who did snipe Alsuna. So, it was a chain snipe. Make of that what you will. Happy Grant, 15th, 248.17. Finishers coming in fast.
Yeah, tons of French players in the top half of finishers today and yesterday. So I think a lot of the North American contingent players, I think they're a little busy right now. It is Speed Gaming Live weekend. But next weekend should be a lot more interesting. Be a lot more players in these quals. These first two quals are a lot of definitely European leaning, but it was definitely I don't know, like cap 80. Normally you'd see 100 plus for these first two, so
Goal Slink, 16th, 249.25. Sniping Sanzo, 249.31. Yeah, there's a lot going on, and Schulzer is on the receiving end of a double snipe, 249.45, followed by Tober, 249.52. And then Happy Hiker Philip Tito, I hope I said that right, 249.57. Goodness, everyone's coming in now.
Yeah, pretty expected. It's an all dungeon seed, pretty grindy. Not a lot of decisions really to make outside of your sequencing, so. I think it's a few more finishers than these racers probably would have hoped for. Because now we're scraping into the low 900s for points, so. Not super great.
Balthier, 250.49. And Morceau Lyon, 250.54.
Seeds like these just really push the average point distribution up, so if you have a lot of qualifier seeds like this, it's going to make it even harder to qualify.
Zavi, 251.08. Rotinder Dose, 251.24. How many participants do we have in this one again?
I think it was like 70, 80-ish. Yeah, 77.
Thank you. Alright, Fabio is ready to wrap things up on this one. And there we go. Fabio, 25th place overall, second on Restream, 252.14. Sniping me thinks so by 3 seconds.
I think you can just call these finishes for a seed like this. I don't even know if I would call them snipes, personally. Because the placing doesn't really matter. It's more about the relative placing and the time between you and first, so...
And for 253.17, there's... Yeah. Everyone's coming in. Oh, wait, that means...
Alex getting 29, question mark? Oh.
253.04? Wait. Our bots act... Now we're time traveling. I know, it's Ocarina of Time Randomizer, so time traveling is expected, but...
Let me just check. Is that like an undone? According to race time, first 28th, so... Might have been... Oh, weird. Randobot, please. Randobot, come on. You were coded better than that.
I do not understand technology anymore.
And just as Alex finishes, Aeronaut's going to be completing the game here.
Well, can the aeronaut launch a turnaround and still gain a lot of points? Or should I say a turnabout? Alkaline Ace.
It's like a question if it's enough points.
Yeah. Alkaline Ace, 254.34.
Yeah, we've got 888 points, so yeah, this is a little low if you're aeronaut, I think.
Are our runners able to, let's say, I don't know the exact numbers, but if I'm going based off of prior tournaments, there's 16 or 20 qualifiers as Alkaline Ace brings everyone over, thank you. So, at minimum, our runners are going to have to participate in half of them. Let's just say 8 qualifiers. If they were to participate in a 9th, can they drop one of their earlier qualifiers, or is it just the first 8?
It's the first 8, so they do have an extra one to forfeit after the settings reveal. That doesn't count toward their points, but it does count for the freebie that you get, just in case you have any issues or whatnot. So I believe it's the first 8 that count for points, with the best and worst 2 being chopped off.
Thank you. Cami, 255.23. DG Barca, 256.03. And yes, I agree, Wizpick music is appropriate for this final battle. And with that in mind, we now have Master Alex, 3rd place on our restream. GG.
Thanks.
Yeah, welcome in, Alex. So what'd you think about the seed?
Kind of straightforward, I guess. Like, you do your early game and then you just hop on your progression and, well, follow your hints, I guess, and that's the game. Yeah, I think the seed was fine. Seeing 80 straight off from the temple, then you kind of, with your mindset, it's okay, I just have to do everything.
Yeah, we kind of saw that with some routing options for most of the players here. I think the big thing is sequencing. Is there anything that you would have sequenced differently this seed?
Yeah, early on I didn't pick up the song from Bolero before going up the mountain. So if that had been Storms, it would have been awkward to not do the DMT's Storms Grotto. But apart from that, there wasn't really anything I was thinking of, yeah, I should have done this or this. I was not happy seeing another bow in GTG, just a free bow, when there was one in Child Goron City, which I assume
right, like
probably.
It seems like it'd be so hard for that to be your first bow, but it's definitely possible. And I'm sure some people that was actually their first and only bow. Like,
well, at least first, yeah. But I am gonna guess that a lot of people didn't do Child Goron City this seed, and when I saw the second bow there in GTG, I was like, well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely would have worked out a lot more in your favor if that was like the only accessible bow or something, or only non-bow lock bow. But it's still not a bad finish, though. You got 898 points, it looks like. Might change, but that's what the website's displaying right now. Is that kind of the point range that you're kind of aiming for in quals? Or what's your qual?
Yeah, I guess that seems reasonable. 900-ish is the goal, so that's in the ballpark what I'm looking for. I'm gonna play, like I usually with all the quals, very thorough and just try not to skip stuff. And if I do that, it should be around 900-ish every time. But yeah, we'll see. So you probably saw that in see that I was probably more thorough than most of the first finishes, but I think, yeah, that's just how I'm gonna play these quals, I think.
Yeah, it makes sense. Fair enough. You were the only player on Restream to do Forest last. I thought that was interesting, with it being foolish.
Yeah, I wanted to have hovers and furrows, and they were accessible. Like, I knew that I would get hovers for doing Forest, and getting furrows as well was just a bonus. And Temple of Time was foolish, so I knew that beating Forest wouldn't give me anything. Oh wait, no, that was Burning Cact, that was Water Med, never mind.
Yeah, kind of amusing that the first two qualifiers for S7, both all dungeon seeds, both about the same amount of time, both no consumables. Like Kakuri Sword, both on icy waters. There's a lot of weird coincidences so far, but
that's true. Yeah, I didn't play one yesterday, but yeah, I heard about it.
What are your kind of initial feelings on S7?
I don't really have any strong opinion. I think it's fine. There's a few settings I really hope to not see, because they can just drag out the seed for a long time. I think the settings we got today were kind of tame. I mean, consumables off is not really anything to deal with, and open fountain is just okay. Well, one item less to look for, I guess.
Yeah, if you didn't know properly, this could just be an S6 race or qualifier. Like, it was pretty much the same. No letter gear, shops yesterday. But really nothing too wild yet. We'll see what Randomizer has in store for the future here. But any last thoughts on the seed? I don't think I have much questions other than sequencing.
I am curious if Restream saw the fifth path, because I didn't.
The fifth path was uncovered, actually. It was Colossus to Bongo.
Colossus to Bongo. Colossus...
Epona, I guess.
Right. Yeah, there was Epona, yeah. Yeah, it makes sense to cross, to get your long shot, to get your access. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, you need water for Nocturne, so...
Yeah, I didn't see. I was looking to... Since, I mean, Ruto's Jabu was already done. DC probably didn't have a bomb bag path. Forest probably didn't have any further path. So I was hoping I could just find where hovers would be hinted, but yeah.
I think the worst part about the seed was he had no Serenade. Just no hope for that at all. So like, it made a lot of really awkward decision points. Like, you find Kakuri Sword, but do you do the rest of ice? Do you not? Do you go not do any water? Do you rush ice instead? Like, okay, but then what if it's in water? Like, you don't really have any good options. Like, just a bunch of bad options really at the end. So I think I pretty much everyone fell into that. But
yeah, I figured when I was in the lake area, I couldn't really skip doing water. I'd seen one check, I think, before doing more fuzz. I was like, nah, just 3 more versus 1 in icy waters. Let's just do the rest.
Yeah, definitely the safer option for qualifiers, I think, overall. Yeah. But again, you're always going to have that RNG element with Rando. Gotta love it, gotta hate it. It's always going to be there. So
But after getting Kokiri Sword, I decided, okay, well, let's just save quit out of here. It's quick to save quit, and deck has 7 checks versus 4 in ice. Yeah. I didn't really have a lot of checks left in the game. I think I had 20 skulls. Ice, Deku, and that was it, I think.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Since fire was Hover's Lock. I guess it could have been the 2 first. In fire.
Yeah, what was the key? Did you see what was in the loop for fire? For keys?
No, I didn't check the loop.
Okay, that's the only part I didn't pay attention on, so I don't actually know if it was hover locked.
But there was a key on Volve, so it's fairly
probably it's pretty likely, but
yeah, that will probably be my last location to do the rest of fire if I had to.
Well, the problem with that is even if it's only like minimum keys, not hover locked, it's still 5-10 minutes to even get to the item. Like, assuming it's going to be a bunch of keys and then items.
Yeah.
So it's not too great either way, but I don't know. Is Fabio going to join us for interview, Golden? Do you know? Nope. Okay, well, back over to you, I guess. Any more questions, Wolfman?
Honestly, you covered all the ones that I wanted to ask, so I think we're good. Thank you for the race, Alex, and good luck on your future qualifiers.
Yep, thanks a lot. Thanks for the restream.
Yeah, thank you to Emo and Wolfman for commentating, CD Hoff and Lava Plume for tracking, and of course our runners, Fabio, Alex, Flush, and Aeronaut. We're going to go do a raid, but there will be more OOT, our Season 7 qualifiers here. I think the next ones are on Wednesday and Thursday, and then we'll also have at least one of the two on Saturday or Sunday. I don't know the full schedule, but stay tuned and there will be more here on ZSR. But have a good Sunday, everyone, and thanks for watching.
Enjoy.